Wicked is a sensational Broadway musical that reimagined the classic story of The Wizard of Oz from the perspective of the Wicked Witch of the West, Elphaba. The Wizard of Oz was originally a book written by L. Frank Baum and was famously adapted into a 1939 film, which became increasingly popular because of its musical and technicolor attributes. Explore deeper into this franchise in the media side of The Wizard of Oz. When MGM, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, produced the film The Wizard of Oz in 1939, The Wizard of Oz was originally purchased for $75,000 and cost another $3 million to produce. This was one of the first films to use Technicolor to create its vivid images against primarily black and white technologies in the golden age of Hollywood. We began to see a shift in films using Technicolor during the golden age of Hollywood, which was one of the primary attributes of the age. One of the most popular songs from the film was Over the Rainbow, sung by lead actress Judy Garland, who played Dorothy. The song is sung within the first few minutes of the film and has since been named the #1 song by the American Film Institute. It has also won an Academy Award and become a staple in the film and music industry. Look into our timeline to hear this song. However, The Wizard of Oz was not an instant success. Instead, it had to change hands from MGM to the television network CBS. MGM sold the film for $225,000, and CBS first televised it on November 3, 1956. It became very successful after this, and CBS began a tradition to show the film on home televisions. This eventually led to its increase in popularity and being tuned into home television productions such as Blu-ray, DVD, and VHS. You can also explore other ways that this media was streamed in other countries in our timeline. But in 2003, we began to see the Wizard of Oz universe take on a new life with the premiere of the Broadway musical Wicked. Wicked is a take on Gregory Maguire's book, Wicked, The Life and Time of the Wicked Witch of the West, and essentially gives us a backstory to the Wicked Witch of the West from the Wizard of Oz. As we will explore in the next few moments, Wicked has become an international sensation. And in 2005, Wicked went on a national tour starting in Chicago. It went on for about 4 more years in Chicago, but the production now travels across many states and even different countries, including Japan. Worldwide, Wicked has now sold over $5 billion in tickets. And as a result of this popularity, Universal Studios bought the rights to Wicked and in 2012 announced Wicked the film. It was originally supposed to be released in 2019, but executive decisions, along with the pandemic and the writer's strike, led to the film being released in 2024. And in 2022, Wicked fans began seeing the first makings of the film when Universal Studios signed Jonathan Bailey, Jeff Goldblum, and more major Hollywood names to play lead characters in the film. Previously, in 2021, Universal named John Chu the director, with Ariana Grande playing the role of Glinda and Cynthia Erivo taking on the role of Elphaba. But returning back to the Broadway play, because of the global pandemic, the show had to go on an 18-month hiatus and finally returned in 2021 after 18 months of closure. And just 2 years later, in 2023, it became the 4th longest running Broadway show, just behind Phantom of the Opera, Chicago, and The Lion King. Most recently, in 2024, Wicked Part 1 premiered and made its cinematic debut on screens. It made $200 million opening weekend, which surpassed its expected $114 million weekend revenue. In total, the film made $729.9 million. Wicked fans can expect to get their second taste of Wicked in 2025 when Wicked for Good is released. Wicked for Good is essentially the second act of the Broadway musical. It was split into 2 films to ensure accuracy and make sure that they did not have to cut out any of the beloved songs or parts of the play. So before that next movie comes out, make sure you're up to date with the lore of the Wizard of Oz and Wicked. Thank you.